So how about that race, boys? I'd say it was pretty good. I'd even go as far to say it was the best finish of the season. And yes, that's even better than the 3-wide finish at Atlanta. And maybe even say that was the race of the year. There were battles for the lead and throughout the field all throughout the race. That was on top of a super intriguing mixed strategy battle between pretty much all the playoff contenders. And on top of that, that last corner pass by Tyler Reddick was just plain beautiful. To me, that race was peak NASCAR. The race had pretty much anything I would want to see in a race. It even had some good championship implications as far as the playoffs go. Okay, maybe that last part was a bit of a lie, because while it was interesting that nearly all the playoff contenders had to go for the win, the constant mentioning of the playoffs got quite annoying because in reality the race was great even without the championship drama. But the point still stands that race was a 10 out of 10 great race and will be looked back on fondly for a very long time. It's nice to get one last good race in the season before we end the season at a couple tracks that have a good chance to be snoozers. It hurts to put Martinsville in that category, but the next gen car just isn't very good at short tracks. But getting to the point of the video, Homestead moving back to the finale. If you're a newer fan, you may not remember the days of the season finale being at Homestead, but man, those days were great. Ending the season with drivers ripping the wall and diving to the bottom of the track to make passes left and right was just awesome, and of course was much better than what we have now. Now, I'm not calling Phoenix a bad track, I'm just calling it boring and uninteresting. I understand that Phoenix has had massive fan experience upgrades over the years and sells out quickly, but to be honest, I don't really care about any of that. At the end of the day, I don't see myself going to Phoenix Raceway anytime soon, so all I really care about when it comes to the finale is the on-track product. And when it comes to the product, Phoenix just doesn't really produce a good one. And I don't think I'm alone in saying that. Many fans are tired of seeing a track like Phoenix hosting the finale. Hell, a lot of people watching this video are probably tired of Phoenix being the finale, and that's really just because the races there tend to be a bit boring. I don't really have anything against Phoenix. It's not the worst track of the planet, it's just not exciting. And with Phoenix being the finale, it means it also hosts the championship race. If we're going to have a race that almost solely determines the champion, why are we going to have it at a track we had already gone to earlier in the season? I think it's strange that we're determining the champion at a track we already went to in March, especially considering, generally speaking, March and November can be pretty similar in terms of weather. Even the notes they had from the race earlier that year would be pretty reasonable to use. If we're going to make the last race winner take all, why not make them go in a bit blind, so we can see who can roll the best car out of the shop? Now, obviously, they aren't going to go into the race completely blind as they have notes from previous years in simulator work, but that's not going to be as useful as information from a race earlier that year. The final thing I want to bring up is a rotating finale. While I do want to see Homestead back to the finale, it's not the only track I want to see in that spot. I feel like a rotating finale would only add to the intrigue of the event. Hell, if you did a rotating finale, you wouldn't have to abandon Phoenix as a potential championship race, as it could be in that rotation as well. The only caveat to this is there's not a lot of tracks you can really go to for the finale, especially if you want the finale to be at a track you only go to one time, because you really can't go to super speedways and road courses because those tend to be wild cards, and tracks like Charlotte and Darlington already have established dates on the schedule. If you want my opinion on the ideal rotation, I would go with Homestead, Las Vegas, and Phoenix. I feel this rotation just gives us a great variety of tracks and locations. You also get to keep the finale in Phoenix every few years while adding some big markets at the finale. Because let's be honest, saying the finales in Las Vegas or Miami is much cooler than saying the finales in Phoenix. Either way though, that race at Homestead was a banger, and I hope it will return to its rightful place as the finale one day. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know who you think should host the finale in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the races.